All right, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at BTC on a 3D basis, all the way up to the monthly time frame and all that good stuff, right? So let me do a quick sound check to make sure the sound is good. Hey, what's up, Chronic Call? Thanks a lot for tuning in, right? So let me know if the sound is good, right, before we get it started and all that good stuff, right? All right, quiet cook in the house cooking some ADA in the living room. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC and review what we said over the last few days and so on, especially regarding the 3D time frame. The 3D time frame. Okay, the 3D time frame has been our most successful time frame, right, to pay attention to, right, over the last few days or even like a few weeks and all that good stuff. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick overview, right, if you take a look at it, the 3D MACD doesn't cross negative, right, without giving us a very impulsive move. It doesn't cross bullish without giving us a very sometimes corrective, but I would say like a nice pump. Okay, so if you take a look at it back in June 2021, right there, after our bullish crossover, we pump above the 3D 21 EMA and pump all the way up to new all-time high, all the way up to 69k, right? And back in November, right here, what we said right after we cross negative on our MACD price action below our 21 EMA, what we said, let's pack our bags, because we could be in a macro downtrend until we get another basically a bullish crossover. Back then also right here, first quarter 2022, what we said was like, we're not going to basically dump unless we get a negative crossover on our MACD. So as soon as we basically got the negative crossover in the first week of April, we said it is time to basically suck it up, because we're going to be dumping much lower, and that's exactly what we did. Okay, right here we caught the negative crossover again right there. It wasn't quite a negative crossover, but was a very strong rejection, right? But we caught it and we dumped all the way down to our 21k plus minus 10%, and that's where we that's where we're ranging as of now. Okay, price action still around 21k plus minus 10%, right? Since we called that dump from like a 32k back in May. Okay, first week of June we started the dump, right? And basically retested just about like a 17.5 17.6 mid-June and all that good stuff. So we still within range of 21k plus minus 10%, and we said it, 21k plus minus 10% going to be a critical support level / resistance, depending on what type of sideways correction we're going to get. Now we got our sideways correction. Okay, so if we go back to our 3D time frame right here, okay, in our premium, what we said was like, hey, the 3D is positive, so we're not going to get any dump. Okay, we're not going to get any dump, right, unless we get a strong rejection where at our 3D 21 EMA right here. So the 3D 21 EMA, if you've been watching me back in August, I've been saying, guys, be cautious. Okay, the 3D 21 EMA, it is a strong resistance, and we talked about it back in June. We said our biggest resistance in Q3 going to be what? Our 3D 21. Okay, so we got the rejection, and we said, okay, if we dump down, we're going to be looking for 19,000 all the way down to a 18.3. Why 19,000 down to a 18.3? Because if you use your Fibonacci, right, if you do a swing low to swing high, right, you can see 0.786 down to 0.888 going to be what? It is our 19,000 18,000 support area. Bang. Okay, so that's where we got the pop at. Okay, so we retested it. We said, guys, it is time to suck it up, take some profits, get some buy orders at 19,000 18.3 18.5, wherever we get the support at, just accumulate right here. Because if the MACD doesn't cross negative, right, we could get another pop. Okay, we could get another pop to the upside, right? So what we're looking at right now, we got the move to the upside, we got the MACD pushing to the upside. Are we in a macro bull run? No, we're not in a macro bull run yet. Okay, in order to get a macro bull run, right, we got to get above our monthly 21 EMA. I know most people are looking for the bottom, right, and all that good stuff, but it is very hard to catch the bottom. Okay, the only way we can be in a macro bull run, it is to be completely, okay, above our monthly 21, not weekly 21, not 3D 21 and all that good stuff. Okay, the 3D 21, we will use it for resistance and support and all that good stuff, right? The weekly 21, we will use it as our next resistance. We will talk about the weekly and all that good stuff, but in terms of going up to like 150, 180, 200k and all that good stuff, it is too soon, okay, to be speculating for a macro bull run reversal. Okay, I'm not saying we cannot break above our monthly 21, but it might be too soon to be you know, looking for like 32k, 30k and all that good stuff. So we got to take it step by step, right? So if we go back to our 3D 21, you can see we nearly around our 3D 21, but I don't think the 3D 21 will be a strong resistance. Just like I said with the, you know, daily 21 back in June. Okay, the first resistance was our daily 21. Let's take a look at it right here. That's what we said right here back in June, July. Okay, we dumped all the way down to a 18k, 19k area. We said, okay, this is it, we're done with the daily 21. Now we're going to be using what, our 3D 21. So we're done with the 3D 21. Okay, we could get a temporary resistance, right? But it might not be a strong resistance like to dump the price like, you know, 40%, 50% and all that good stuff. Okay, if we get any sort of rejections, right, around the 3D 21, it could just be a temporary rejection to retest the 19k again. Okay, but the main resistance we're going to be paying attention to, it is going to be our 3D 50 or our weekly 21 EMA right here. So the weekly 21 EMA, just let's just say weekly 21 EMA to make it very simple for most of you guys, right? Because most of you guys pretty familiar with the weekly 21. So the weekly 21, as of now, it is at 25,997. So let's just say 26 for Leroy to make it easy. Okay, so we're going to be looking for the 26k resistance, right, over the next like a few weeks. I'm not sure if we're going to get there this weekend, next week, or the week after and all that good stuff. All I'm saying is the directional move, okay, as of now, right, could be, you know, possibly, you know, up to the weekly 21 EMA right here. All right, so if we take a look at it on the 3D, as we said over the last few weeks, right, pay attention to what, the flat correction right here. When did we started talking about the flat correction? As soon as we hit our 3D 21 EMA right here, resistance 24k, we said, guys, don't be a bull above 24k, 24, 25k. It is a strong resistance. Yes, price action could basically pump all the way, could have basically pumped all the way up to a 26 and all that good stuff, but it could have just be what, a fake out. Okay, so we started to say, hey guys, we could be pushing back down, you know, as low as, you know, 17k and all that good stuff, but just keep an eye on 19k to 18.3, because it is our 0.7, it is our 0.786 down to you know, 0.888 support. And if we get a strong support right here, we could be pushing back up to our weekly 21 EMA. Okay, so next resistance over the next like a few weeks going to be the weekly 21, and if we get any breakout above it, right, we could be speculating for BTC to be retesting what, the monthly 21. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat it, right? I think I said it before, but I'm just going to say it again for Leroy. So the first resistance, okay, was the daily 21, right? The second resistance was what, our 3D 21. All right, so next resistance going to be what, weekly 21, and after that we're going to be looking for our monthly 21. Okay, so it is pretty easy. Okay, so let's just see, right, if bulls going to be pushing higher, right, up to the weekly 21 EMA. Okay, so if we get any temporary rejections, right, the 19K, right, all the way down to a 17.5 going to be still a support. Okay, we will just have to wait and see if the MACD will cross negative and all that good stuff. So as long as our MACD is positive, right, it is going to be quite hard to basically break out below the 17.5. Even if we do, it might just be temporary, like for a half a day or like a day or so, okay, before a push back up, before price action decides to push back up and all that good stuff. Okay, so that's all I wanted to cover regarding BTC on the weekly and 3D. Now let's take a look at BTC on a monthly basis. Our monthly pivot, right, to the upside going to be the weekly, going to be the monthly 21 EMA above the weekly 21 EMA. So right now it is above the weekly 21 EMA, just about like a 32K. But once again, I'm not looking for 32K as of now. I think it is going to be very, very difficult for the bulls to basically push all the way up to 32. I'm not saying they can't, but as of now, we got to take out the weekly 21 before talking about the monthly 21. To the downside, right, we still got our monthly 100 EMA support. As of now, it is at 16.7, right, based on BLX, right? And let's take a look at our monthly 100. And our monthly 100 SMA, right, down the road, we're going to pay attention to it in case we get there. It is right around 12K. Okay, so and in terms of Fibonacci, I said it before, right? If you do a swing low, from 4K, right, the COVID dump all the way up to a 69 swing high, right, you can see like 50% to 0.618. It is right around 16K down to like a 12K area. So it is it is a nice confluence, but we will see, okay, because someone could draw the your Fibonacci. Okay, you could be drawing your Fibonacci from the 3K area, not from the 4K area. So it's not going to be a big difference, right? You're looking at 50% to be at 14.5, right, and 0.618 to be at 10K, right? But I think 16K to a 14K, it is still a good range, just in case we get some sort of a macro rejection from the weekly 21 EMA, or even up to the monthly 21 EMA. We will be paying attention to the 50% to a 0.618 pullback once we get more data and all that good stuff, right? But as of now, once again, the most important thing is like the weekly 21 EMA. Okay, that's the most important moving average to pay attention to going into Q4 and all that good stuff. Okay, so let me take a look at the chat room. So we got Chronic Car, thanks a lot for tuning in. Fire alarm run. Are we going to 16K? Hamza is asking, are we going to 16K? We could be going to 16K, but once again, it is not going to be linear. Okay, as I said right here, guys, when BTC was at 24K, what we said, 19K to 18.3, that was our target, right? Buy range right there. Okay, 19K, 18.3. If we break it, yes, secondary buy support 16K, and bears could be taking profits once again at 16K. But the main area, okay, to pay attention to was 19K down to 18.3, and we hit that area beautifully. Okay, and I said exactly, bulls should be accumulating at 19K right here, right, and bears just buy back right there, just about like a 19K, and put a stop loss at 22. Why 22K? Because the 3D 21 right now, it is at 21.9. Okay, so just in case, okay, it gets rejected at the 3D 21, right, and price action retesting the the support area again right here, something like that before pushing up. Okay, but 16K, it is a monthly moving average. So you don't want to expect it like to be hit like very, very early and all that good stuff. So it could take a while to get hit, if market decides to dump below the 17.5 support, right? Hey, what's up, VV? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Jao, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Alam. We'll take a look at Atom and Secret USDC, USDT, not USDC. So Chronic Call is saying the bottom is in. We'll see, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at the BTC dominance, all right? So regarding the BTC dominance, what I've been saying was, we know September is a turning point, okay? We talk about it in multiple live streams. Let's take a look at it right here. So let's take a look at it right here. So we've been saying over the last few years, right? September is what? A turning point. Okay, so we got our September 2020, bottom right around 56. We got our September 2018 picked right around 62. We got our September 2017 bottomed right around 47. Okay, so what we've been saying is like, okay, we know whenever we bottom, okay, or retest, the bottom, okay, in September, we know we're going to get a turning point. September 2021, we bottom right around 40%. So we're expecting September 2022, right, to be bottoming right here and possibly could be retesting the 46, 48. And if we break it, we could be going, way up somewhere around like a 53 to a 58%. But we will see once we break above the monthly 21 EMA, right, just about like a 46 to 48, because we know 46, 48, even if you go back to 2017, right, back in July 2017, that's the same range we've been getting rejected at right here. Okay, 40, just about like a 40, 48, right, 47%. Okay, you take a look at it, July 2021, that's where we got rejected at, and that's when we bottomed, okay, on BTC right around 30K. So as of now, it is quite hard, right, to say BTC has bottomed, because right here, okay, the BTC dominance was peaking, right, just about like a 48%, 49, okay, and the BTC USD price was bottoming somewhere around like 30K, right? So you see the difference, okay? We never bottom, right? Basically, the BTC price action never bottomed with the BTC dominance, okay? So hopefully it makes sense, okay? But we will see if this time, okay, we will get a, the BTC price action bottoming with the BTC dominance, okay? Hopefully it makes sense, right? But if we push back up, we're going to be looking for the 47, 48% over the next like a few months. I don't think we will get there in September, but who knows, okay? So because most of the time it takes like 2 to 3 months, okay, to get a big pump on the BTC dominance. So because it moves slow, okay? So now let's take a look at the Ether dominance before we talk about Ethereum. So if we take a look at the Ethereum dominance, it is topping out, okay? It is almost 21%, okay? Back in December, we caught the top right here at 22%. What we said, December 6th, it's time to get out. That's when we topped out, okay? That's when we topped out on the Ethereum dominance, right, somewhere around like a 22%, and dump all the way down to our target, right, 14.5%. Okay, so now we're back to the 21, and I think the Ethereum dominance most likely going to be cooling off, right? If the BTC dominance is if the BTC dominance pushes up to the 47, 48%. Okay, so something to basically keep in mind going forward. So we got our resistance right here, all the way up to a 22, and we got a trend line resistance right there. So got to break above the trend line resistance somewhere around like a 21 and a half, right? in order to basically in order to basically get a cleaner breakout. But if we break out below the support trend line right here, we could be going back down to a 14% and all that good stuff, right? Hey, what's up, Jao? I know it's Jao. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Yeah, I remember you, man. I remember you, Jao. It used to be a Link Moon Boy at 10 cents. So I remember 2019 when you were very bullish on Link, right? So I remember exactly, you know, first quarter of 2019. I think Link was right around like 12,000 sats. That's when we started to trade Link in our group, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum now. ETHUSD. So ETHUSD, let's take a look at it right here. So for ETHUSD, right? So we're going back up to the 1710, right? Up to a 1950 resistance area. Okay, BTC is pumping, so Ether wants to basically go back up to the 1950 resistance. It is breaking above the 1710, so it could definitely retest the 1950 all the way up to a 2050 range. So that's going to be the next resistance for Ether, 1950, 2050. Okay, so that's going to be the temporary resistance. If you want to take a look at it on a monthly basis, we do have our monthly 21 EMA somewhere around like 2120. So got to be very patient, right, with the 1950 up to a 2050 area, just in case we do retest the monthly 21 EMA at 2150 range. Okay, so your monthly 21 EMA, it is pretty close to your weekly 100 EMA. So if you take a look at it, our weekly 100 EMA, it is at 2111. Okay, so basically 1950, 2050, and 2111 going to be the resistance for Ether. Okay, that way bear is going to be covering, right, the monthly 21 EMA. You see what I'm saying? So because it is losing the 1710, right, 1710 resistance. Okay, so if you watch our previous analysis back in August, we've been saying like Ether, you know, already hit the weekly 21, right? So resistance was somewhere around like a 1950 up to a 2150, but we hit like a 2050 area. We are looking for the 1350 down to 1250. It hit like a 1940, something like that. Okay, 1420, something like that. Okay, after the rejection of the 1950 area. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, if bear is going to be showing up at 1950, 2050, and 2111 area. Okay, so you don't want to be a bull if we retest like these areas. Okay, you don't want to be a bull. So let's take a look at it on the 3D. So on the 3D, it is following BTC. That's why I was saying if you short it anywhere above like a 1710 up to a 2000 area, make sure to put a stop loss at 1710, just in case okay, we do create some sideways correction right in this area, something like that, a double top double bottom. Okay, that's possible. Okay, to retest the 1450 to 1400 range. All right, but we will just watch our MACD to see if MACD will do something like that. Okay, if it does, it means we could get the retest of the 1400 range down to the 1300 range. If not, it could just do something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Atom. So Atom, I just updated it. I just talked about it in my premium group, right? So Atom just hit the monthly 21 EMA. So I'm not sure, once again, if Atom is in a bull run. I don't think it is in a bull run. The reason why we pumped probably could be, bulls just showed up at the 50% pullback, and we pushing back up to the monthly 21 EMA. So we in a bear market. So you got to be paying attention to these macro resistances. Okay, 3D 21, weekly 21, monthly 21 EMA. Okay, so if we break out above it, yes, we could be saying, hey, give it like few weeks or few days to try to retest the all-time high at 43. In our premium, we shorted Atom at the very top at 43 the first week of January. Shorted it right there, caught the top. Okay, but as of now, I don't think like we in a bull run yet, right? So downside support to still keep an eye on. It is going to be 50% to a 0.618, 750 to a $5 range right there. Okay, so as of now, it is at resistance, right? If we break out to the upside, you still got like $19. If if BTC decides to push all the way up to like 26 and all that good stuff, Atom could take a cheap shot and pump to the $19. Okay, but the volume is declining. The monthly MACD, it is still it is still pointing down. It looks like it wants to break the trend line resistance on our RSI, so we will see. Okay, we'll see. So let's take a look at SCRT secret. So secret pumped a lot. So I think I remember when it was somewhere around like $10 and $10 or so, right? A couple of moon boys were looking for high prices, but I was saying like it topped out. Okay, so in terms of Fibonacci, we just hit like a 0.618, 0.786 going to be at 60 cents right there. That's going to be the 0.786 support. So basically it is still under accumulation, right? So resistances, you could pay attention to your weekly 21. If we get a stronger breakout, right, you could wait for the monthly 21, just like a Atom, right? If we break out above the weekly 21, if we get any sort of rejections, bang, you got the 57 to a 60 cents. I'm not sure if it will retest the not all-time low, because I think they rebranded, but I'm not sure if we will retest the 25 cents, but just keep an eye on the 57 to 60 cents if we get any sort of rejection up to the monthly 21. But first resistance, once again, weekly 21. MACD is positive, so even if we go up to the weekly 21, it might not be a continuous breakout, okay, because the negative MACD, I mean the price action below the 21 EMA. All right, Chronicle say we jullish. It might be too soon to say we jullish. We'll see, okay, by Q4 if we're going to be forming a macro reversal pattern. But as of now, it is still sideways correction, 24K, 18K range, 24 or 25K, whatever you want to call it, right? Down to a 18 to 19K area. That's it, right? Sideways correction, just like what happened in Q1, right? If you recall, in Q1, most people have been saying, oh, we bottom right here, 20K was the bottom, blah blah blah. We form a double top, double bottom right here. What we called for a dump all the way down to 21K plus minus 10%. All right, so let's take a look at it on BTC, right? If you take a look at it right here, right, most people were saying like 33K, right, was the bottom, and we just played it, we just played it smart, right here, and played the top and the top resistance and the support area right here, top and bottom, and waited for the setup to call for a breakout all the way down to 25K. Okay, so we shorted at 40K down to 25K. Okay, and basically took another one from 32 all the way down to 21. Okay, took another one right here, 24K all the way down to 19K. Okay, and that trade, it is still running. All you have to do is just put a stop loss at 22, right? And you got to make sure you bought back right here at 19K, right? Zena, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Hamza, Tyro, thanks a lot for tuning in. No, we'll take a look at 80. We'll take a look at 88. Pablo is saying like alt are not pumping because of the low BTC dominance. No, it's not that. It's because the BTC dominance is pumping. Okay, if BTC pumps 10%, right, and alt only pump like, let's say 5%, the BTC dominance will be going up because the market cap of BTC will be pumping much higher than the market cap of some of these alt. And remember, the BTC dominance is only down because of Ethereum. It's not like the BTC dominance is down because alt are pumping. So you got to be very cautious how you read the BTC dominance. Sometimes the BTC dominance can dump, right? Like what happened back in January, right? Everything was pumping, okay? But this pump right here started like let's say June, okay, June 2022. Okay, the only reason the BTC dominance dumped this fast was because the Ether dominance was going up. Remember, the Ether BTC was going up, right? And at the same time, the Ethereum dominance was going up. Okay, so something to basically something you want to keep in mind, because the Ether BTC price can go up, right? However, it might not affect the Ether dominance, because if everything goes up at the same time, the Ether dominance might not go up. The only reason the Ether dominance has been pumping is like BTC did not pump a lot, right? And most of these top altcoin did not pump. Okay, I'm not talking about like low altcoin like 30 million, 100 million. I'm talking about these 10 billion and up. Okay, they did not pump in Q3. So only Ether pump over like 120% and all that good stuff, right? So you got to be cautious. So basically, the BTC dominance cannot pump to the upside without the, let's take a look at the Ether dominance. Without the Ether dominance, right, coming down, okay, the Ether dominance will need to basically cool off to let BTC take over. But it is not guaranteed. Okay, we'll see, we'll see over the next like a few weeks in Q4 if the ether dominance will be breaking down all the way down to 12%. It could take like few quarters. I don't think like it will drop in 1 month. Okay, I don't think we will drop in 1 month down to like 12%. So now let's take a look at ADA. So ADA, it is getting a temporary support at the 382 Fibonacci. If you do a swing low right here, just about like a 1.5 cents, all the way up to $3. 382 Fibonacci, it is at 40 cents. Okay, 50% pullback, going to be at 20 to 23 cents, right? And if we get any sort of breakout, we got our monthly 21 EMA right now at 86. Okay, if we break out to the upside for the higher time frame, right? The I would say mid range going to be the weekly 21. So if we take out the weekly 21, we could start to say, hey, we could be pushing to the upside all the way up to the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, but keep an eye on the downside support once again, because the BTC dominance most likely going to be pushing to the upside over the next like a few months. Okay, so over the last few months, if you take a look at since like May, ADA been moving sideways. Okay, you might be saying, oh, we're pumping and all that good stuff, but it's it's been moving sideways since like May. Okay, on a monthly basis, but you can't see it on a daily because you got so much noise. If you only trade the daily time frame, the hourly time frame and all that good stuff, whenever we pump, you might be like, oh, we're going to the moon, right? We're going to the moon and all that good stuff, but it is forming a descending triangular formation at the bottom, so just be cautious, right, until we break above the weekly 21. That way you could be shooting for the not financial advice, right? You could be shooting for the monthly 21. All right. So let's take a look at OP. OP doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough price history, so just give it like a no, it's not you. I can't find OP BTC, right? Oh, right here, BTC. So it just doesn't have enough price history, so just give it time, right? If we retest the bottom right there, you could be reaccumulating, right? But I would just be very cautious, because even if we break the top, it might not be the breakout you want to be looking for. All right, so on a 3-day basis. All right, so let's go back to a BTC really quickly, and we'll take a look at BTC on a 6-hour basis. So if you just joined the live stream, so keep an eye on the 3D time frame. Once again, it is looking very, very strong in term of a bull trend. So you don't want to be bearish right here. You don't want to be shorting BTC like below like 21K and all that good stuff. I said it, don't short it at 19K or below, because we could be pushing back up to create a flat correction just like that. Okay, So we could be retesting the support area and push back up to retest the resistance level. Okay, I know most people are going to be saying, oh, we're going to a 40k, 45k, 50k and all that good stuff, but once again, it is too soon. It is too soon to be saying like we're going to a 30k, 35, 40k and all that good stuff. Our monthly 21 EMA, it is at 32. Okay, our quarterly cycle, we opened the quarterly cycle just about like, you know, let's see, actually our June, we opened our June we opened the June prices right around you know, 31, 32k area. Okay, so it'll take a, you know, it'll take a while, okay, before we take out the 32k area. Okay, I'm not saying we won't, right, but you know, you don't want to be too bullish. As I said, when BTC was at 24, everyone was looking for what, 28, 30k and all that good stuff. We were looking for 19 to 18k area. Okay, and we hit that target. Now we sign like we can go all the way up to our weekly 21. Just be cautious. Even if we open and close a candle above the weekly 21, most bulls gonna be showing up and saying like, hey, we're going to the moon and all that good stuff. Okay, if you recall the 40% pump, you know, right here, back in October 2019, right? Yeah, it's been a while, 3 years, guys. So October 2019, right? What I said right here was like, you know, it was just a fake out. Okay, it was part of the structure. We needed that move to the upside before dumping down to a, you know, 6k and all that good stuff. So if we close above the weekly 21, still be cautious. Okay, still be cautious, because it might not be the reversal we need for the macro setup. Okay, we can still be in this range, okay, for the entire, you know, Q3, Q4, or even like a Q1 2023. All right, so we just don't know, but we will take a look at the price action if, you know, we retest the weekly 21. Okay, if we dump lower, bulls still have support at 17k, 17.5 area. Okay, the chart of Atom looks like a V shape. Okay, so Zhao was saying Atom BTC. So Zhao is not a moon boy. So yeah, I saw Atom BTC. That's why even though we just hit our our monthly 21, you know, I'm very cautious due to the Atom BTC looking very strong right here. So resistance all the way up to like 100,000 sats. Okay, let's see if it will break above the 80,000 sats right here first. If we break above 80,000, you're looking for 100,000 sats. Okay, it's a very choppy chart, right? It's not very parabolic like you know, FTM or like IOSC or like you know, all that good stuff, right? It's been moving sideways just like algo. Okay, just like algo. So you always want to catch it right at the bottom or near the bottom. Okay, all right guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join our public Telegram group, link in the description. If you're looking to join Send Premium, link in the description for the Discord group also. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching.